Oh, but now that is a perfect segue, what you just described, to the movie They Live.
They Live.
Yes.
Wait, that's another John Carpenter.
Another
John Carpenter.
A lovely, wonderful John
So
Carpenter.
the synopsis of They Live, Matt.
Aliens have infiltrated our society.
Yes.
And have now started to guide us through kind of subliminal persuasion to
do the thinking for us.
They're going to take over, and all we need to do is just eat and consume
And buy, watch,
and keep
obey.
the machine going.
Which is ironic because we kind of do that anyway.
Well,
we
and
have
that's how brilliant that movie is.
Right.
It's like Idiocracy with aliens, I guess, kind of. But it's very much what's happening right now. We were just talking about this. I feel like, no offense to our viewers and our listeners, but people are just getting more simple and more simple, for lack of better description.
Not our listeners and viewers. No, they're very sharp.
Well, tell all of your friends.
Yeah.
But they know those people.
You know, so, I mean, that really is what's happening. We're consuming
and we're becoming more and more complacent. I think.
Very complacent
it's
and
just
turning us into
comfortable.
zombies.
And that's how
Absolutely.
that's how they get us. They get us through comfort.
It's
And
because we're so complex, we have the capability of being turned off like that, unfortunately.
Right.
We can be very creative, and we can also, there is an off switch, so, of sorts, I believe.
And that movie is such a brilliant work of social satire.
If you
Yeah,
haven't
it really is.
seen,
It's
if
great.
you haven't seen it, I guess the title's really not the catchiest, but
It's ahead of its time, though,
They
88.
live,
It really
yeah.
was.
And what's so great, like I love the idea of that you put on these glasses,
Yeah.
and then now you can see which people are the aliens and which ones aren't, and then
Very
you can
cool.
see
Very
all
clever.
the subliminal persuasion. There's on every billboard it says obey and eat and work and.
But for all the sociological implications in that movie, which are brilliant, I saw it in theatrical release, and the one scene that I remember, the one scene is this fight between Roddy Piper and Keith David that lasts for about 90 minutes.
Put on the
And
sunglasses.
it's
Wait,
freaking, it's brilliant.
90 minutes?
No, it probably lasts for about, I don't know,
whole-
7
the whole
minutes,
movie.
but
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's a classic example of comedy and how, like, there are certain things in comedy where that if you let it go, if you let it play, like, at first it's like, oh, this is going on a long time, but then it's like, oh, this is really going on a long time. This is kind of, I don't know how I feel about this. And then it gets to this place of, oh my God, this is absurd.
This is a joke.
This is
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's a
They
joke.
save themselves.
Yeah.
But it's also because Roddy was such a big wrestling star. It's almost like, well, you know, kind of, maybe the fans are sort of wanting this, so let's throw this in, you know.
It is one of the greatest fight scenes in a movie.
Oh, it's one of the greatest things in that movie too.